Hi, Bob Thompson for Smartphone Matters. Today we're going to run some speed tests using H2O Wireless on my Nokia Lumia 920 Windows phone. So I signed up for H2O Wireless a couple days ago. I bought this $55 starter kit, which includes a 2-in-1 SIM card and a $50 30-day monthly plan. So the SIM is this 2-in-1 SIM. It's a standard size SIM that comes on the plastic card, and then you can punch out a micro SIM from the standard SIM. And the micro SIM is what you need for the Lumia 920. So this kit cost me $55 plus state sales tax. I bought it at my local Target. And it comes with unlimited talk, text, and MMS, and 2 gigabytes of high-speed data. So a little bit about H2O Wireless. They're a mobile network virtual operator, or MVNO for short. This means that H2O Wireless doesn't actually own their own wireless network. They lease time from another company in bulk, and then they resell it to the customers. They manage all the sales, the marketing, the billing, the customer support themselves. In the case of H2O Wireless, they use the AT&T network. So that means that you can use any unlocked GSM phone that supports the AT&T network, or your AT&T smartphone, even if it's locked. So for example, this Lumia 920 is still locked to AT&T, but H2O Wireless works fine with that. So a couple words about the high-speed data. H2O Wireless uses AT&T's 4G HSPA Plus network, which is 4G. It's fast, but it's not AT&T's 4G LTE network. 4G LTE is the fastest 4G service around. 4G HSPA Plus was around before. It's fast, but not as fast. Typically, you'll see like a 4G logo in your status bar when you have an HSPA Plus connection on this phone, and you'll see LTE when you have an LTE connection. So I guess that said, I have my 920. My SIM was activated. It's installed in the phone. I've set up the APN in the settings so we can get cellular data, and I thought we could look at the network performance. So I use this app called, it's speedtest, or speedtest.net. It comes from a company called Ookla. It's free. You can find it in the Windows Store. You install it on your phone, and then you can use that to measure your cellular network speeds. So I'll just run the app here, and we can run some speed tests and look at the results and see how fast this actually looks. So I'll start the test. It located the server in the Boston area, which is near where I am. So one thing I should mention is that make sure you disable Wi-Fi before you run the speed test app. Otherwise, you'll be measuring the speed of your Wi-Fi connection. Mine was already disabled, so I didn't need to do that here. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll run 3 tests and we'll look at the results. Okay, so the first test is done. We had a ping time of 235 milliseconds, a download speed of 2.6 megabits per second down, and an upload speed of 1.38 megabits per second up. So ping is a measure of latency. So a lower number for ping is better. And what that ping means is just basically what's the amount of time needed to get the first byte of data back from the server that you sent it to. So it's a measure of, like I said, latency, how quickly something will start to load. And our download speed was 2.62 megabits per second down, which I think is a reasonable time for 4G HSPA plus. Again, time of day has a lot to do with the performance you'll see of the network. Let's run our second test. Okay, so you can see on the second test the download speed was more or less the same and the upload speed got much slower. Let's run a third and final test. Alright, so that finished there, and let's take a look at all the results. Okay, so here are the three tests that we just ran. So we had between 1.75 megabits per second down and 2.62 megabits per second down. And then the upload speeds varied from a very slow 0.16 megabits per second down up to 1.38 megabits per second up. And then our ping times were relatively consistent. If you look down the list, these were all tests I've run previously while preparing to make this video. So you can actually see last night, very late, I ran the speed test, and I actually got 6.22 megabits per second down at 2 a.m. Boston time. So I think a lot of the differences in speeds you see are related to congestion on the network, how utilized the network is. So I'll just scroll through here, and you can see there's a lot of times in the 1 to 3 megabits per second down range. And then I guess the best upload time we saw was actually the first test this morning at 1.38 megabits per second up. So I guess just in conclusion, I would say I like H2O Wireless. Look for my full review coming on smartphonematters.com. I think the service offers reasonable speeds for AT&T's 4G HSPA plus network. This is a great choice if you have a phone that does not support 4G LTE. So for example, if you're using a Nokia Lumia 520 or the Motorola Moto G or the new Moto E, none of those phones support LTE. So this H2O Wireless could be a good choice for you if you're using one of those phones. If you're using a smartphone that supports 4G LTE, like the any of the iPhone 5 models, like the 5S, the 5C, or the 5, or any of the newer Android phones, like the Galaxy S4, the Galaxy S5, the Nexus, Google LG Nexus 5. Those phones all support LTE, and if data speed is important to you, you may want to consider finding a service that supports 4G LTE. If you look at some of the other videos on my channel, you can see some speed tests that I did using Straight Talk's 4G LTE service, and you can kind of do a comparison to see the difference in speeds. If you have any questions, head over to Smartphone Matters, and there's a question section. You can leave me a question, or you can just leave a comment on the video. Thanks for watching.